Winter is coming, and that can only mean one thing, guys. The icon Sting has come out of retirement for about the fourth time, fifth time, maybe sixth time. Who knows? He's going to be doing a Ric Flair soon. But anyway, the Stinger is back in the wrestling business,
Yeah.
and this
What's he
time,
looking to do though? Getting the most Hall of Fames?
maybe he wants a wee AEW Hall of Fame, but this time the Stinger is back with AEW wrestling at the age of 61.
One.
And all I'll say is, man, he looks alright for 61. I think it helps with the full fact that he wrestles and he just appears in face paint. So,
If he is going to wrestle, I advise he just keeps his jacket and
I mean,
all on.
obviously you can tell that this is not the Sting that was in WCW in the 90s, but to me, it doesn't look that far off the Sting that had a TNA run or the Sting that was most recently in WWE. To me, he still looks pretty similar to that, and who knows, yeah, I don't know if he's going to wrestle or not, but perhaps he could, try and maybe wear an attire that suits him, but I mean, straight off the bat, it's interesting. It was cool to see. I'm not gonna lie, man. It was cool to see Sting, return. It was a nice, Titantron. You got the wee graphic, and then it's Sting that appears, and you know what, Sting. He is an icon. He is a legend. Personally, I mean, I'm never the greatest Sting fan, but he's certainly better than, you know,
I know.
anyone on this AEW fucking roster. So it's great to see the Stinger
I know, but
back. But
is it not a bit retarded that this pensioner shows up with a baseball bat and everyone's bottling it? Like,
yep. So
could you imagine if Bruno San Martino showed up on an episode of
and
Raw and he?
Austin shot it and ran to the back.
That's how you know
Do
wrestling's
you know what I
dead.
mean? So.
Like, I'm all for bringing them back. I think everyone should have one last hurrah. Give me a couple of good years and
Sting's
then
had like
call it a day.
five, but I mean, I don't know. Is he going to be back in just like a managerial role, or maybe an authority figure role, or will he be back in a wrestling role? I don't know. I'm looking at the AEW roster. I don't see many dream matches. I don't even see any matches that would work. I'm being honest. You look at the style. I have to people in AEW. People are marking it. They're saying book it between Sting and Darby Allin. I mean, really, is
Why?
that the best they can do
Why are
for
people
Sting?
suggesting him?
I don't know, because he was the person that he looked at last. To me, if Sting's gonna have a match with anyone, it's got to be Jericho or like Cody Rhodes. I cannot see Sting versus Darby Allin. Sting, a guy that's came from a great,
Broken Matt Hardy against Sting
yeah.
in one of his weird matches.
You could do an epic. You could really do an epic cinematic match. By the way, does this open the door for maybe a Taker to come out of retirement? It's not going to be in AEW, but maybe would Sting ever come back to the WWE? And who knows?
I mean, the guy's 61. Fuck, are they gonna
Well,
do
I
it?
mean, yeah, I know we're not going to get a wrestling match, but I mean, like a cinematic match, I think is definitely possible between Sting and Taker. So, and let's be real, when Sting was at WWE, they weren't doing cinematic matches. Well, they tried a couple of shit ones, like, but maybe they could do a better one now after we got that one at WrestleMania. But yeah, what's Sting really going to do in AEW? I mean, it's cool to have Sting, Tony Schiavone, commentating while Sting comes into the ring
It's
on
TNT.
TNT. You know what I mean? It does bring back memories and that's all great. But when you wipe it all away, what we've really got here
He's an old
is
man.
a 61-year-old man on a roster with guys that can't wrestle, can't work, can't do anything really. No characters. There's no stars. There's nothing. So where's a Sting feud really going to go? And unless he has a feud with like I said Jericho or like I don't know maybe even a Cody Rhodes. But how's Sting versus Darby Allin really going to work? You know what I mean? An old school guy like Sting against a guy like Darby Allin who
Who d- Who's so unsafe. I mean, jumps off the ropes and doesn't even use his arms and all.
yeah he just like I mean
No, see that jumping to the outside
he
with his
could kill
arms.
himself one day like he split his head open or something. It's an
Maybe
absolute
that's what it would take for the guy
to
for them to
stop.
fucking nah, but
Well, if he
no.
splits his whole head
Wait,
open, he
did
probably
you
will
see
stop
that
it.
match they did in AEW where the guy was concussed and he wasn't responding or nothing, and they were still battering him?
Aye.
Fucking oh my god, what?
Almost as bad as those the Dark Order's fucking fake punches.
That would have been like Owen when he paralyzed Austin, picking him up for
Here,
another fucking punch.
what if you were doing like what if Sting was going to be a heel? Would he not have been a good thing in the Dark Order?
Oh, but no, but instead we get Luke Harper in a fucking man bun
Who they
as
have
Edge.
destroyed Rhodes in like 2 minutes just to have him lose to Rhodes when he returns a month later. What's that all about?
I don't know.
I mean, any chance this company had, in my opinion, had been good steed already. But we'll see what happens with Sting. Are we going to get a match? I don't know. But it's not even like, oh, I can't wait to see Sting come back for one more match at WrestleMania. What do AEW have? What's their big show? So there's no big show. Literally hope Paul White doesn't turn up one week because that's the last thing you want to see. But I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Will Sting have one more match? I don't know, but it's cool to see the Stinger. Hopefully he's making a bit of money, and it would be nice to see him have like one final run since fucking Seth Rollins kind of ruined that for him in the WWE. But I mean, I just don't see it. Even as bad as the WWE roster is now, I can look at like at least a dozen people in WWE who I could see Sting having matches with, and you certainly don't have that in AEW.
Yep.
For people that think Sting's going to have matches with the Young Bucks or Darby Allin or Sonny Kiss, you know what I mean? Like,
Sorry.
I just don't get it. Like, I mean, I don't get it at all. But anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know what you think down below. Sting is All Elite Wrestling.
No, see the title they called their Fed? They need put down for that.
Where were you when Sting debuted or
I'm a
something?
house, mate.
Where were you? What's the fucking matter? Obviously, you were either watching it or you don't know.
And wrestling's dead, so a lot of people don't know. And on that note,
I mean, I couldn't even tell. Like, it's hardly the biggest thing ever. I couldn't tell you where I was when 9/11 happened.
school.
Probably, like, but I mean, I don't know for a fact. So I'm hardly gonna fucking date it like and mark out. Oh man, I was in the grocery store, man.
It's
What
not
they
even.
picking out apples when Sting
I
debuted
mean,
in AW.
it's not even a groundbreaking thing. It's really not. Is it? No. It's irrelevant. It's a good. It's a nice wee cool action,
Well, he
but
says irrelevant. Like it's probably the biggest thing to happen in AW.
yeah, but it's still pish. I mean, oh look at Sting. Does it mean I'm going to tune in next week? No.
No, I'm actually going to disagree there. I think it is a big thing, like or a big moment. I don't think it'll lead
I
to. I don't think it'll lead to
but
anything
for
big.
you to
Like
compare it to a plane hitting the twin
no.
towers, I think it's
Well, I mean, I would say wrestling's pretty similar to Twin Towers. It was once big, it was once great, and now it's nothing. It's gone. So I would
and
say it's
Ben
actually.
Wall was the plane.
I would say I would say that was actually a pretty good comparison. It was once fucking standing tall, big,
Right, hold on.
and now it's
Wrestling was far better than two
shitey
buildings
towers like
that
aye.
were rigged to fall.
And then diving headbutt into them and it ended everything. But anyway, guys,
But
there you
you're
go.
saying it's a big moment. Where's it going to go? I mean, it was a cool wee graphic with the snow. He came out and pointed at the baseball bat. Well, I'll tell you something, right? It's if you watch WCW in '97, it's all he's done for the past year, and to me, it's same old shit, different era. But in reality, this is a far worse era than
Well, the guy
'97.
did. He's the guy sold the most T-shirts in AEW in 24 hours. So,
I could walk in and sell the most t-shirts. He
like, I wonder what the T-shirt sales. I mean, is there people out there
probably
buying
got more than 10.
Is there people out there buying Sony Kiss shirts? I mean, I
I
can't
mean,
imagine so.
I'm watching it in '97, and he's pointing the bat at Hogan, Nash, Hall, Savage. Who the fuck's he pointing that
Here,
at?
What if it's not Steve Borden? What if this is fake Sting? Could be fucking Kevin Nash for all we know.
He's 7 foot tall, and he's wearing a fake mask.
And he sold out Madison Square Garden.
Man.
We'll see how many arenas Sting can sell it here in AEW. Fuck it, book it. Sting versus Jericho. There's no point having them face all these jobbers. Sting, Jericho at the biggest pay-per-view of them all. Whatever one that is, I don't really know. But
Jericho's yacht.
Jericho's fucking yacht. See, to be honest, like I'd rather probably Sting on an episode of Talk is Jericho. I'd probably rather that listen to that than watch Sting fucking have a match in AEW. I mean, it's not going to lead. Where can it lead to?
I honestly think if he doesn't wrestle Jericho or Rhodes, I think he'll end up paralyzed.
And that
Sad
would
to
be
say.
that'd be sad. I'd be tempted to fly over and fucking kill whoever. Well, maybe not. I'm not that desperate, like, but yeah, forget about that comment. Actually, I could come back to haunt you. But yeah, I mean, he's just he shouldn't have worked. And I mean, they're all unsafe bastards. Like, come on, Sting. Look what happened. Right? You worked with Seth Rollins, and he ended your career. And the people in AEW are a lot fucking less safe than him. So at least I'll say that about WWE. Like, genuinely, if you're like apart from maybe like Nia Jax, which I begin to think's like
A rib.
a rib. Like, I mean, I do reckon they've probably said to Seth Rollins, right, you need to calm your tits, mate. Because I mean, if you look at Nakamura's push, see when he dropped Cena on his dome like that, his push, Nakamura's been nowhere
He's a
near
leading
tight.
man in Hollywood.
He's been nowhere near title scene since
Right, but
then.
anyway, man, let's wrap this up.
10 minutes, finally, we got to. That's what I was waiting for, guys. The 10-minute
I know
mark.
you are.
Sting is back in AEW. And maybe we'll start watching it next week. AEW review will be on the channel,
No,
along with the ECW retro reviews, along with Here Comes
just
the Pain
fucking end it.
season mode,
End it.
all the good
End it.
shit here on
End
the
it.
newly
End it.
monetized Fog
It's
Wrestling
not even
channel.
monetized.
Well, it will be in a couple of weeks. Just like Sting will probably be retired and crippled in a couple of weeks. But anyway, until next time,
I will never retire.
until woo, fuck it, bring Ric Flair back and Flair versus Sting. One more match. Just Christian is the referee.
Well, no, but seeing I was watching the clip, I think JR's head's gone. Shivani goes, it's the first time since 2001 these two, no, since Sting was on TNT. And then JR goes, yeah, 18 years ago. I'm like, what? You have to fucking math.
Ah,
Like, if you said
fucking
2 decades ago, I would have accepted it because you can say it, even though it's not right, it kind of works.
yeah.
But not 18 years ago.
Oh well, there you go, GR. It's time to hang up your boots. So hang up
Huh?
the hat, the mic. Hang up the
And then jump on a moped and fucking go and
And speaking of hanging up, guys, it's time to hang up this video. Till next time, peace.